So we're back here at Rock Creek TV. This is part 3 with Jay Semko. I'm just thrilled to have Jay here. We're having some lovely food at the Stonebridge location here, and yeah, it's just awesome. Anyway, so Jay, again, thank you so much for being a guest here today. It's so great to have you, and we've been talking a lot about songwriting and hearing your radio for your song on the radio for the first time, and all of that. And honestly, what would be your advice to a 14, 15-year-old boy who's sitting on the edge of his bed in his room right now writing songs and, you know, thinking about how he approaches life from a music standpoint and continuity in albums and where do you go to record and all of that stuff? And I know it's different for everybody, but you know, when you get the guitar for Christmas, what would be your advice to somebody who's sitting there just going, how do I put this in front of people?
First thing you want to do is get good at playing your instrument, and do it. You know, it doesn't have to be hard work as much as if you really feel it, you really like. You know, if you have a passion for it,
right.
Nothing seems like work. You just do it. For me, I loved the guitar, and so I had nobody had to say go practice your guitar or anything like that.
Right.
I was so happy to have it and keep doing it. And you know, and I was lucky because my folks encouraged me to do that. You know, and they said, "Hey, the kid found something that he's really into and he has a passion for it."
Yeah, right.
You know, and I guess as every kid, you go through phases. Like, you know, it's different. I had a passion where hockey was my passion for a while when I was a kid. You know, and a few different things, but music was kind of always there. The advice I would say, first of all, learn your instrument. Second of all, have fun. No, you know, that's really, if you really want to kind of have more fun, then get a little better on your instrument. And third of all, if you're lucky enough to find some friends that you can connect with about music, and they don't necessarily have to be people that play instruments. I mean, you know, but if you can connect musically, I was lucky. You know, I found because I was always, you know, I was a shy kid. I really was, and I was bullied a lot as a kid when I was out at the school I went to from grade 1 till grade 7. It was a tough school. And you know, I changed me in ways that weren't always good when I was out there, you know.
Right.
So when I had a bit of a second go at it, because we moved into this city, it was kind of a fresh start for me. So, but I was very shy, and music was very much always a friend. And when I started becoming semi-proficient at playing the guitar and the bass, I naturally developed other friends that had the same interest.
Yeah, right.
And as a result, you know, by the time I got to high school, you know, you found, you know, in like grade 9, grade 10, you found your own kind of tribe of people. And some of them were musicians that played music with you. Other ones were music fans, and some were just people that you hung out with. But you all had kind of that connection. For me, there was a music connection. And more than anything, there's just a true love of music. So if you want to play in a band, hey, find some friends, have fun, get together in somebody's basement and thrash away.
Just let it go.
Let it go and have fun, man. Because it really is a release. And you know, if you're a teenager, man, and I don't think it's ever changed. I think it's always been. It's a time of, you know, your body, your hormones. You're growing up. You're growing up fast. A lot of things are coming at you in a lot of different ways, and music is a great release and a great way to connect with other people with a similar interest. And so if you can have fun with it more than anything else, then you'll be amazed at the gifts that come back to you from that. And I'm not talking about monetarily or even becoming, you know, a band that anybody wants to hear. If you want to hear it, you guys have fun.
Yeah.
And I still see that. You know, it's interesting because I have friends that are like in their 40s that once a week or once every 2 weeks is kind of jam night.
Yeah.
And they all get together and they play whatever music, whether it's their favorite cover songs or whether they try and write some of their own songs, whatever they do. And they have such a blast. It's just such a release, and they just, you know, you can't duplicate that. So if you're a kid, you want to play music, I say take some lessons, practice, have fun, find other friends that are have similar interests. The great thing is now too is there's a whole other world. I mean, there's, you know, the DJing has become a big thing, and spinning records, and also the fact that there's so much available to people for home recording, and you can make great album level quality recordings at home. And there's a whole skill set that used to be really just for a certain elite that could afford to go to recording school or had the time and effort to put this in.
Yep.
You can find that information online. I mean, and I can use the example of, you know, my son, who's basically taught himself how to use Pro Tools recording systems, you know, on YouTube, and through connecting with friends, you know. And so there's many opportunities there to just really have a lot of fun with it. And I think the world is, you know, still a big place, but there's a lot of access to a lot of cool things out there.